Welcome back to Domaine Sauvage, where we share our everyday life as we work on bringing this once rundown property in southwest France back to life. We chose to document this journey here on YouTube, both to share this with you and to help finance all the work that still lies ahead, and there's a lot of it. We came here prepared, knowing it would be a lot of work, but we had no idea just how much water this land has to deal with, or the impact it would have on the buildings. Managing it quickly became our number one priority, something we had to tackle before almost anything else could move forward. Little by little, this is finally changing. The work Philippe has done with his machines has completely transformed this place, and we're slowly getting closer to a point where water is no longer controlling every decision we make. In the last video, Philippe was digging a shallow moat between the embankment and the driveway. The idea is to take some of the pressure off the French drain we installed this summer, and then fill it with stones to bring it flush with the driveway. This will allow water to pass through while keeping the surface solid and easy to maintain. That was the plan, and Philippe was almost finished with only about 20 meters left to dig, when suddenly the excavator started malfunctioning and he saw fluid spraying everywhere.
One thing's for sure, there goes my plants. It sucks, eh? A few more meters and it was done this way, eh? The water could escape. Now if it starts raining and my excavator is still here, no bueno. Another piece out. That's the problem, eh? How do you spot the leak? Because all the hydraulic fluid is on the floor, so or on the soil. I don't have much hydraulic oil anymore because I didn't count on this happening. Put hydraulic oil in it, hope it doesn't leak too much, and back up onto the driveway as quick as possible. As anything, Murphy's Law, can't get out here, and I can't get out there because my wood is there, so that's typical. If it would have happened there, I just had to climb onto the driveway and done. No, it has to happen here and in the middle of it. It needs to happen in the middle. So you're sure that you need to drive with a big leak at least 20 meters that way or 20 meters that way. So I'm not too happy with it. So. Well, that went smooth. I'm happy with that. At least it's on there without too much soil. Okay, continue working on it. Alright. Yeah. So, one moment you're working away, thinking, yes, such a nice window of opportunity, sun in freezing weather, and I'll get it done. And the next moment the excavator blows a line or something and you have to become a mechanic. This is fantastic. uses for this. Let's see if we can spot it. Yeah, I see it. Well, I can't completely see it. When I use the arm to lift the arm, that's when I see it coming out. Well, I don't see it physically, I hear it and I see the spot where it's coming out and I know which command I'm doing. But it's still difficult to exactly say which, because it's in an awkward position, it's completely down low.
Philippe tried to figure out which hydraulic hose had failed, which wasn't easy to do in such a tight space.
I think it's better I let a professional do this, because you have to undo so many things. It's gonna cost me, that's for sure.
But after taking another careful look, he changed his mind.
Oh well, might as well give it a go. Okay, I can't work and put the camera in there, but anyways, it's one of these hydraulic hoses, but one down. So you have first row, these three, then you have the second row, and then you have a third row. And I think underneath that you have a fourth row, and it's the third row. It's one from the main boom that goes underneath the cylinder. I don't know if you can see it, the cylinder over there, then goes all the way around. It would have been easier if it was one of the upper ones, but it's one of the down ones, I think, and I think it's the right one. I'm gonna mark each one that I undo so I can put them in the right position again and try to get that bottom one loose. And then if that's loose, pull it out and see if it's truly that one that is faulty. I think so. It's difficult to see because it's underneath there and I see it pulling. I hear it and I see it pulling whenever I use that command. Okay, I'm gonna mark them one by one. Believe me that this scares me to do. It's not like I'm very happy to do this, but that's a little bit a part of being, well, we're not fully off grid, but doing it yourself. It's this one. Yes. I don't know why they put it underneath all the rest. That's why it failed. It's this one that failed. This little one was underneath the big ones. So that little hydraulic line goes all the way around. Underneath, goes underneath this, goes underneath there, and goes up in there. So
Papa, wat je aan het doen?
papa is aan het proberen dat hier los te krijgen, maar papa weet niet hoe dat het werkt. Papa weet niet alles. En een minipel is fantastisch in alles super klein maken. Dat je zelf geen licht erbij kan steken om te zien wat je aan het doen bent. Haha, oké. It's a clips, it's a clips. Dat is wat ik nodig had. Little clips. En nu zouden we die leiding los. Kijk een keer daar. Je papa gaat ooit nog een mechanieker worden. Ooit. Ooit.
Ja.
Ja? En jij dan ook?
Ja.
Doe maar iets anders in je leven, jongen. Je kunt dat leren van papa, maar doe iets anders.
The next step was finding a replacement, and he tried looking up the exact part on the website, but surprisingly it wasn't even listed yet, possibly because this isn't a part that normally fails. So while waiting for their reply, he headed out to a local shop to see if he could find a similar hydraulic hose.
Just got back from Limoges. This is the faulty one. So it's probably difficult to show you, but here is where the leak is coming from. It's shut open, I think, because I can see the steel cable as well. And then you have here, it was eaten. So this was on the floor, and then you had the 4 big hydraulic lines coming over it who go to the arm. So I'm pretty sure, like anything with plumbing as well, everything moves a little bit, and this was on the floor, so it's in the grime. So I think this shaved until and together with water and mud mixed until it caved, until it's sprung a leak, let's put it this way. So they made me a new one. The only difference is it's a little bit less flexible, but it's actually quite okay. They told me it's less flexible, but this does the same radius. So we'll put this one in, and hopefully we get the excavator running again, which would be amazing, because I'm no, people are going to say you're a mechanic, but I'm not a mechanic. I have 0 mechanic skills or schooling, or let's put it this way. So, or hydraulics, because this is something new as well. The reason I did it is because honestly I don't have money to get someone over here and pay them 1,000 euros to get this hydraulic line in. So that's why I told myself, just try it. It's not like I can do many things wrong. The only thing that can happen is that I fail and that it's not fixed, and then I have to get somebody. Okay, so yesterday I put some rags over everything to try and keep it clean. I don't know how this is called, but I think it's called the valve block, and this is where your joystick controls, the small ones, come, and then from those the valves moves inside, I guess, which controls the bigger ones that go to the hydraulic cylinders and that move the arm. So it was a small joystick one that was actually broken.
He routed it properly, making sure it wouldn't rest on the floor of the machine like before. That way it wouldn't rub against anything or risk wearing through again. Once that was done, he reattached the bigger ones, and with that inside work finished, it was time for phase 2.
But now this one, which I will tape, has to go underneath here like this, and then towards that other joystick. And once that's done, I should be able to fill it up with hydraulic fluid and then hopefully get it going. So okay, so we got it here now. Now we have to go to the other side. Yeah, you can see I'm here now. I've looked at it. There is a way you can take all this off to have a little bit more space, but no thank you. I'm sorry, but I don't feel like doing that. Then we need to get a clip inside. Now I can't lose this clip. If I lose this clip, I shouldn't say it out loud.
But of course, a few moments after he did say it out loud, this happened.
Please. Okay, now I'm screwed. Now I'm screwed. Yes, yes sir, I'm screwed. Oh no, the one thing that I didn't want to happen happened. It fell into the abyss. Ah! I found it. I found it. Yes! Oh yeah. It's like really hard to put in. Okay, we push it a little bit together. Did I make the right choice to do this? Did it get in or not? Yeah. Okay, this is good enough. Voila, this is on. This is back on. Oh yes.
With the hose finally back in place, it was time to refill the hydraulic fluid and fire up the machine for a test. At first, everything seemed to work perfectly and Philippe was already ready to celebrate a small victory. But after testing it a bit more, something wasn't quite right. The long arm didn't always respond properly when lowering it, so he let the machine idle for a while and warm up, as we'd had a lot of frost at night. One thing was clear though, there were no leaks. And about a half an hour later, he tested the arm again.
can't be the pump either, else the rest of the functions wouldn't work. So all functions are working well. The only thing that's not working is the controls that was leaking for this piston. So it would go up, but it would not go down. All the rest of the joystick controls work. It's just that one, so must be air. I'll look it up. Little update on the excavator. Sadly enough, it's still broken. I took out the new hose that I put in, checked it. There's nothing per se wrong with it, but what I do think that's wrong with it is it's called a pilot hose. Well, this one, it's called a pilot hose, and they're quite important. So this goes from the joystick to the valve body, I'm gonna call it, and this makes my arm move up or down. It's quite important that it's all the same hoses. And this looks like the same, but it is not the same. And I think that is the problem, because when I blow on this one, it's a lot easier to blow air through than on this one. Not that it's blocked, but it's a different material. So I think that is the problem, from what I've been reading, why my arm, the lifting and going down, doesn't respond as it should be. So the only thing I can do is I contacted Bobcat to see if they could add this hose to the website, because I couldn't find it on the website with the part number. So they are gonna do that, I hope soon, so I can order an original hose, and hopefully that is the solution, because it was working before it burst. So the repair is now the cause, and the only thing that is not the same is the hose. So it can only be the hose, or another thing is dirt, but I cleaned up everything. So, and I worked very cleanly, so it's almost impossible that I introduced dirt into the system. Anyways, I gotta let it go for now. I can't dig. What needs doing is the pile of wood needs covering, because tomorrow it's gonna snow and after tomorrow it's gonna rain. So enough sunshine for the pile of wood, time to get it covered. Right, let's bind these together, stop the wood from moving too much. So this is basically it, done. The only thing I'll see when I have time is I want to roll this up a little bit like this, and then release this and put it underneath so it's open like this, because I really want airflow. I don't want this to be hanging on the ground.
Stroller on the driveway.
Gonna do this real quick. So we had loads of sun, loads of frost. Yesterday we had snow, and today all the snow and all the frost is gone, and it's a lot of rain. So every castle needs its moat. Well, my castle has its moat now, but I didn't really want this effect. It's because, you know, my excavator stopped working, couldn't get it fixed in time. Still waiting on Bobcat for the parts. So I'll show you where it's blocked. So here exactly is where the excavator stopped working, so it's also undermining a little bit of my sloped walls, because I wanted to fill this. That was the plan, to get this done. Then I wanted to fill it with just rocks to the same height as the driveway, so then you wouldn't see the water. And the idea was that most of the water that you see in there now went around or inside the drain, but now it's a big giant moat. So let's get to work. It's a lot of water. I won't be able to get all out of it, but that doesn't matter. At least now it can escape without going onto the driveway, and the rest will go in the drain, which is working as well. And with the storm coming and they're forecasting a lot of rain again, I think people must be thinking I'm crazy, but it's not like I'm inventing rain. It's really just every time it rains I have to solve shit. It's becoming less and less shit. There's no more water in my barns and everything, but still, it's still solving shit. And when it rains, it pours.